Hey everybody, back with another reading. It's your girl, the Siren Seer, and today's reading is going to be for Aries. Ooh. Avoid the whirlpools of emotion, for to get caught up in one is to drown spiritually. Well, that's awful fitting. If you're just finding me, I made these cards here. I combined tarot and oracle, and I made this deck that we're going to use today. But I made a deck before this one, and I got it printed, and I've been eagerly waiting its arrival. I just got back from checking the mailbox again, but it's not here, and I'm irritated, frustrated. I've been frustrated all week. They did say that it would probably take an extra week, and I knew it probably was going to take an extra week just because I wanted it so bad. That's normally how that cookie crumbles. But on the off chance that I was wrong and it would be on time, I went down in eager anticipation, and I was sorely disappointed. So instead of stewing around the house, I figured I'd go ahead and sit down and take this time while I had it to do y'all's reading. So I've been going all out of order, or so it appears. But actually, we've been going in the order of my zodiac chart. So we've already done Gemini and Pisces and Cancer and Aries. You guys are in my moon. I am an Aries moon. So let's see what's up for Aries. And this will be for Sun, Moon, or Rising. And if you have placements of Gemini, Pisces, or Cancer in your charts, go ahead and check the other videos out. Alright, you have everything comes out in the wash. And your need for control will cause you to wreck your ship is in reverse. Instantly, I feel like relax, chill out. Just relax and chill out. Don't need to know everything. Not everything needs to involve you. Just relax. Don't worry about it. In a sense, kind of like mind your business. Just focus on you. Yeah, be flexible like the octopus came out in reverse. Like, you're overworked, you're overextended. You're trying to do too much, too soon, or without the right tools, is what I'm getting. Upgrade. And the upright. And the mermaids are reminding you that your hair is your crowning glory. Take care of it. Remember your sacred tools of comb and brush. Sing, praise. Oh, sing, praise confuses the enemy. And that is in the upright. And then stagnant waters is in reverse. Alright, you're probably frustrated because you have this sense, like, how do I say it? There's a calling out right now of people in different genres and areas of life. And a lot of people have had hidden dreams hidden desires, hidden promises from God, hidden prophetic words, things that was told to them in secret that nobody else really knows. They weren't allowed to tell anybody. It wasn't meant for nobody but them because it wasn't time until now. And I feel like with the upgrade, you've gotten your upgrade. You've probably been getting a lot of downloads. And you've been getting a lot of instructions. And you're ready to step out and you're ready to do. But there's something that you're missing. Because with the mermaids in reverse, the whole thing with the comb and the brush with the mermaids is the comb detangles your mind. It detangles your hair. Your hair is a living organism attached to your skull. And when you comb, when your hair gets tangled and knotted up like that, whatever happens in the physical happens in the supernatural. So if your hair is physically knotted up, in the spirit, your mind is knotted up. There's a couple kinks you need to work out. To comb out your hair is a meditative process. It's not just hygiene. In fact, you're doing spiritual hygiene when you take time and focus on yourself. That's what self-love is. It's spiritual love. It's spiritual hygiene. It's just self-nurturing, self-tending. So when you comb out your hair, guys get knots in their hair too. When you comb out your hair, you're detangling it. You're getting the dead hairs out that have shed. You're taking the knots out. You're taking the confusion out. You're taking out the blurred lines and all the extra noise in your mind. Although you're just clearing things. Kind of like if you were drawing and you drew a picture in pencil and then you went over it in marker or pen, and then you went back over with the eraser to erase all your pencil marks. All right, to comb out your hair is like erasing your pencil marks so you have a nice, clear, clean image. That way you can fill the blanks in with the colors that you wanted to, assuming you wanted to fill in the blanks or amplify the style, whatever, take it how it resonates. But, and then to brush out your hair is to smooth the hair cuticle. So in a sense, it's to calm the mind. It's to ease the mind. With sing, praise confuses the enemy, especially coming out of everything under the wash, and with stagnant waters being in reverse, under need for control. It's like you know exactly what you want to do, and everything has to be just right. You have a specific way things are in your mind, a specific way that you think it has to be at the specific time. And you might be right. You might be right. But until your timing lines up with God's timing and you're able to actually do it, whatever it may be happy with where you're at. Be happy with where you're at. There's actually a post that I just did on Facebook about my flower bed. The tulips were coming up underneath the dead leaves. Now, up a mountain, we had one more snowstorm, and with the temperature up here, I didn't want anything to die. I saw them starting to come up, so I left the leaves there to kind of act like an insulation to protect them and their roots and everything, so they wouldn't die, and they wouldn't have that much of a shock when the snow laid down on them. And when I uncovered the leaves after the snow had melted the other day, they grew up right in the center of the leaf. Like, no edges were broke off. It was just perfectly dead center. You couldn't see that there was even that much growth through the leaves. There was no idea. But when I took the leaves off of them, They were just shooting up all over the place with leaves surrounding them, just coming right up in the bloom where you're planted. The sun's going to shine again. Everything's going to be okay. The obstacles will be removed. You just need to be ready to bloom the minute the gardener comes in there and takes some leaves off your situation. Things seem stagnant right now, but in reality, they're not stagnant. There's just other things going on that you're unaware of. There's other situations happening around you. And there's other things that need to change for you. That way you can. I couldn't take them leaves off comfortably in my mind until the snow had come and gone. A little frost is one thing, but to have a couple inches of snow laying down and then icing over and all that, I didn't want to take that chance. I worked really hard last year digging in this ground. I wasn't sure they were even going to take, but they did. There's also a lot of things that you've sown in the previous seasons that are now going to blossom. There had to be a hibernation time where certain plants, their bulbs, you got to put them in the fall. They got to be in the ground. They got to freeze before they can bloom in spring the next year when the ground thaws out. There's a time and a season for absolutely everything. Now, you have your dream walker, I own you in reverse, and broken mirror fall out. All right. Either you or someone you know is a dream walker, meaning you can actually communicate and associate and walk in to other people's dreams. You're a very interactive dreamer, not just a dreamer that has realistic dreams, because there are those that can have dreams to the point where they can literally smell the asphalt. They can feel it. They can feel the heat from the macadam. They can taste the food that they're eating in their dream. But it is still a dream. It is still an illusionary picture that needs interpreted. Then there are the dream walkers. While they might be in an illusionary plane, they are actively interacting with other dreamers in their dreams. If that makes sense. And if it doesn't, that's okay. But for the person this message is for, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because either it's being done to them or they're doing it to somebody else. And that came out right side up. Which means to me, especially with it coming up underneath being flexible, you need to relax. You might be new to this whole dream walking thing, especially if you're just now getting that sort of upgrade. But then you also have this I own you in reverse. So I feel like with this upgrade, you're finding a level of confidence that you might not have had before, or you might have lost with your overextension. There's a way that you can get lost in your passion as an Aries. The hot-headedness, don't always think first. But if we took the time as Aries to comb out our hair, just think about it for a couple seconds before we actually do something, it might go a little easier. We might not have such an issue. And with you having an upgrade, I feel like you just need to relax and breathe through it. Just go with the Holy Spirit on this. There's no manual for the dream world. There really isn't. People write books about it all the time. But honestly, God will talk to you the way He sees fit. And it's going to be different for everybody because everybody is different. And He's not a boring God, so He's going to get creative with it. He's not going to do the same thing all the time. He is constantly changing the way He communicates, and that might be what's going on with you right now. God could be changing the way He's communicating with you, because as you upgrade, you're privy to more sensitive information in the spirit realm. Your spiritual clearance is of a higher level and of a higher frequency. And with everything come out in the wash, you might be called to cleanse yourself. Maybe you're supposed to do a fast. Maybe you're supposed to do just a basic body cleanse. Maybe you're supposed to take something out of your diet completely. I don't know. But I do know that when you cleanse out your system, you cleanse out your spirit, you automatically feel later when you get the toxins and the heavy metals and things out of your body. I feel like someone needs to be out in the sun and sunbathe, like they've been inside at the computer too long or something. Or like they need to come up for fresh air. You can't control the dream world in the way you can control things in the 3D. While you can control to an extent your movements as a dream walker, sometimes you are called into people's dreams through no control of your own. You're asleep. You're not planning on going nowhere. You have no intention. You're not even thinking of that person, but that person might be thinking of you. And if they have a similar gifting, they can call out to you, depending on your connection, whether it's a soul spirit, or a telepathy kind of connection. They can call to you. And then they can get you to enter into their dreamscape to communicate with you. Some people are really dangerous in that aspect. You need to watch out for that. Because with you having an upgrade and you being a dream walker, and then I own you being reversed, it feels like there's a lot of people that want what you have. And they want to keep you close. They want to control you in some sort of aspect where they can get a benefit from all that you're doing. I feel like with an upgrade and the I own you, while it could very well be an abusive, emotionally abusive relationship where the one person feels like they own the other person, like you're mine, therefore you must do as I say, be as I say, act just as I say, that I don't get that vibe. But the fact that that came to mind, there might be one or two of y'all like that, are in that situation. And with it being in reverse, I feel like you're denying that. You're saying no. You're flipping a new leaf. You're actually going to stand for yourself. You have been upgraded. And there is a surge of confidence with this upgrade. Because as a dream walker now, you can sort of, you can see the behind the scenes of that person's essence, so to speak. If they're calling you in, trying to mess with your mind. Oh, excuse me, y'all. We had kittens. One just got out of their box. Okay, you're supposed to keep track of your babies. Come on, honey. Come on. All right. Sorry about that. The gray one got out. There's 4 of them. 3 of them were orange, and then there's a gray and white one. And the gray and white one, I don't know, especially when I get in the kitchen, it finds a way to wobble on out the box and mew, mew, mew until I get them, and then mew, mew, mew some more until I give them back to Mom. So I don't know. But I feel like you're taking your power back. Like you're done being stagnant. You want something new. You want something fresh. You want something different. I feel an element of frustration in this layout right now. With the broken mirror, the shattered illusions, they haunt you in your mind's eye. It's like, I feel like you want to do so much, but at the same time, you're nervous about doing it. Because of the things that you went through in the past. Like you would try to do things before, but it would never quite happen the way you thought it would. It wouldn't quite turn out, if it turned out at all. It's like you thought you were going to have a certain type of relationship and it didn't turn out the way you thought. You thought college was going to go a certain way. That didn't go the way you thought. It's like you had all these fanciful illusions about how you thought your life would be. You know, all these dreams. And it was like, no. Not at all. It's not at all how it turned out. And then there was also those of you that had people in your lives that you thought were a certain way. You really thought that they had your back. You really thought that they supported your dreams. You really thought that they were going to hold you down. You really thought that y'all were on the same page about a lot of stuff. And come to find out, no. Not at all. I feel like some of y'all are around people with a stagnant mindset. And they're content with that, but you're not content with that. And with you not being able to go with the flow, because clearly there is no flow in the stagnant water, but without you just being able to relax and chill out for a second, it's like you're churning up the waters and you're getting all that yuck on you. Everything will come out in the wash. Just calm down. Calm down. Everything will be fine. I don't know. Aries, I don't know. There's like 3 different energies coming through. There really is. Like someone's taken their power back. They found their power through their upgrade of being a dream walker. There's somebody else who has taken their authority back from an abusive relationship. And then there's somebody else who is taking their power back from a stagnant community. Like the people around them are stagnant and trashy, and they're just done with it. They want something different. It's like and all of you have had your illusions shattered. You all thought it was going to turn out a certain way. You put all this effort and all this energy in. You got all these confusing thoughts in your head, like, how did this happen? Why is it going like this? Why are these people being like this? Why is it never working for me? And until you comb out your hair, so to speak, until you take a few seconds and just process what you've done, what they've done, and just logically go through. Take the emotion out of it. Take the emotion out of it for a second and just logically look at everything. There's two sides to every coin. And we're not always the ones that are in the right, unfortunately. We like to think so, but we're not. Like, there's nothing wrong with anything that you're feeling. Like, you're supposed to take your power back. You're supposed to stand for yourself. You're supposed to want to be abundant and free flowing in the spirit. But at the same time, if you have expectations that the other people in your life aren't realizing, for one, or you have higher expectations that other people can't live up to, or you're in your own world, because sometimes you can be self-absorbed. We can be, as Aries, we can be self-absorbed in our dreams, in our goals, in our passions, and we just assume because people love us, they want to be a part of it, and no, they really don't. I mean, they hope it works out for us, but they really don't want to be a part of it. But here, we think they do, and then we get really hurt when we find out, no, they really don't. They really don't want nothing to do with it. They really don't. And you're like, well, damn. Okay. Wow, I thought we were doing this together. I thought this was going to be this way. I thought it was going to go like this. You need to take time to even process that. Everything will come out in the wash. Just a little self-care. Just a little meditation. Honestly, I say go take a shower and process this. Take a shower, think about this, and wash your hair in the shower. And take your time washing your hair and just think about the situation. You know, actually give yourself a scalp massage. Get the blood circulating in your skull. Like, wake your hair follicles up. Cleanse your hair follicles. Your hair is a spiritual tool, whether you're aware of it or not. And it does need to be maintained, and it does need to be cleansed, and it does need to be taken care of. And if you're not going to do the basic maintenance for your mind, you're never going to have clear thought. You're never going to see clearly. You're never going to be able to understand why things didn't go the way you thought they were going to go. You'll always end up thinking and expecting more of people than you should. But if we slow down and if we stop and we really listen to what people say, we'll find out what it is that their goals are and what it is that they really want. And as long as you know that the people around you, y'all's goals don't line up, but you both wish each other the best, everything will be okay. You know, to each their own. There's no animosity. But when you have someone thinking that, oh, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, whoa, wait a minute. I don't even know where you got that idea. But I just thought, oh, you just thought? You just thought, really? If we're going to be real about it, can't assume that just because people love you that they want a piece of it. But then there's also those, especially the ones that came through in the abusive relationship. You will have those that will have you inside out in frustration and fear and worry, trying to do whatever it is that makes them happy. And you can't go nowhere because you're frantic and all wound up, and their energy is blocking everything that you try to do. Whenever you're in these situations, just sing. Any one of those situations, just sing, just praise, just be happy. You ever look at somebody in a really jacked up situation but see them smile? And you're like, how in the heck can you be smiling right now? It confuses you. It confounds the mind. How can you be happy? I know a lot of the women know what I'm talking about. Y'all know when y'all get mad? And y'all get really mad because someone said something and came at you sideways. Started talking out the neck. The words don't bother you. They could if you let it, but you don't let it bother you. The words don't mean nothing. You know that everything that they're saying is just a bunch of BS and it's just a reflection of what they really think of themselves. And you start laughing. Woo! You got some nerve, don't you, darling? Chad, you got nerve and you just laugh. And the more you laugh, the funnier it gets and the happier you are. And you're genuinely joyful. You genuinely are calm by the end of it. You're just flat out howling in amusement. And that person is sitting there looking at you like you've gone psychotic. They are nervous. They don't know what's wrong. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They're sputtering. They're all messed up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yes, go and be happy. You got the sun. Go and be happy. Go and be happy. You got an upgrade. There's nothing that can touch you. You're protected. You're taking your power back. The illusions are going to be gone. The stagnant waters are going to be gone. You're leaving all that mess. Like when you comb out your hair, you can leave all that mess. Now that you know that control is part of the issue, and you can relinquish control, everything will come out in the wash. You're going to get your answers. And when you get the answers and you're able to figure out who to keep and who not to keep, and what to do about certain people and things and situations, and what not to do about certain people and things and situations, and when you get that illusion reconciled in your mind and your thoughts are settled and clear, you'll be unstoppable. You'll be unstoppable. Ooh. We got Three of Swords. Alright, with the Three of Swords being in your mind underneath the Dream Walker, I feel like some of y'all come from a spiritual or religious background that frowns on the supernatural gifts. Active gifts, I should say. Things like tarot, things like channeling, things like reading the energy off crystals, or being able to communicate with animals, or I don't know, scrying, any other form of divination, Reiki healing. You know, we tend to go to a lot of churches that say, yes, you should be able to lay hands. And that there is law and order, supernatural law and order. And there is a unique, delicate and unique way that we are meant to function, being part supernatural and human. Of course, depending on the church that you're talking about, they won't really say you're supernatural because they don't want you to think of yourself too highly. They don't want you to be vain about yourself. They don't want you to, you know, pride goes before a fall, and that's all well and good, but you can't deny the divinity of who you are and your creator. Like, we're not lowly worms down here. Quite the opposite. So I feel like you might, with this upgrade, need someone to talk to, and there's only stagnant waters around you. There might not be another dream walker around you, or the dream walkers around you are in denial and they're telling you you're crazy. Which would obviously make it hard to go with the flow and to be flexible if you have no guidance and you don't know what you're doing. What I will say to you, though, is to help you, because there was a time that I was forced to go through my dream exploration by myself. I journaled. Write it down. Write down every experience you have in as much detail as you can. Keep it next to your bedside. And the more you do that, the more the stronger that gift will become, the more you'll understand over time. And as you write, you'll get downloads as you write. You'll get revelations as you're trying to write. You'll get the revelation of what you're writing as you're writing it, to the point, so quickly, and to the point that as you're writing it, you almost have to write on another piece of paper what that section means, so you can go back to writing the rest of the dream down and not lose your spot and not lose what you can remember. And then reform it all, where you put that first part in with its explanation, the second part in with that explanation. Like, God will go deep and he will talk to you. And if you're a dream walker, he's going to take you places. He's going to use you in a unique manner. But you need to relax. You need to not be afraid. And you need to trust. And you need to find the joy of being bloomed in where you're planted. You need to be happy. I don't know about this "I own you" in reverse. Because for someone to say "I own you," yeah, that was Page of Cups and it came out in reverse. You're turning down whatever it is. There is somebody in your life close to you. Not for everybody. Just a couple of you. There is somebody close to you that has a lame offer of love. A weak, perverted offer of love. Where they feel that love is an ownership. Where you are their property. Where they feel like you and any asset that you gain also belongs to them. It has a massa energy to it. If you want to know the truth about it, it has a real massa mindset. And I feel like it's just a generational curse that is revealing itself within that person. It's nothing for you to be afraid of. But I feel like that's where it comes from. It's a generational curse that is coming up. And I feel like you might have been the person that triggered it. You could be a trigger for that person. And that's not your problem. If anything, it's more of a confirmation about you being a dream walker. Because certain people with certain giftings, you have to have a certain level of discernment. And those with the gift of discernment, they have a way of revealing spirits. You walk into a room and that spirit will manifest. Person's absolutely fine, but you come around them, all of a sudden they just start acting crazy. Certain things you do, certain things you say, just set that person off. And you have no idea why. That's why. It's because your spirit rubs their spirit wrong. It's because the angels with you provoke the devils around them. It's because the very spirit in you makes that spirit in them want to challenge yours. It's a spiritual battle. It's an ethereal battle. It just manifests chaotically like it is now. You have, and I pulled that out. You have the Hierophant in reverse. You were upgraded for a reason. You really need to reconcile the past. You need to come to terms with the way things ended up, with the choices that were made, with the way life turned out. I feel like some of you are going to have to leave wherever you are. Maybe not in a physical sense, but the places you're frequenting, the people that you're hanging with, or the family you're associating with, they're stagnant, they're not doing anything, they're not going anywhere. They're not bringing a positive, uplifting atmosphere around you. And it's like you have to make that decision. And I feel like some of you have already made a decision, like, I can't work with you guys no more. This isn't working. I can't do this. All the stuff that you've had revealed to you over the past 2 years till now, I feel like also with the octopus, there's things that have been revealed and you've been finding out a lot of stuff you just didn't know about them as people, about perhaps your family or people close to you. Like, wow, they really did this sort of thing. Wow, I didn't know they were this. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. And it's like you're in your head because everything that you thought really wasn't the way you thought it was. And the love that you thought you were getting wasn't really love. The affection you thought you were getting wasn't really affection. The support you thought you were getting wasn't really support. It was just polite patronage because they do care about you. They do, you know. People do. But everything comes out in the wash. And some of you might be in the process of getting your answers. Some of you might already gotten your answers. I feel like there are various stages right now y'all are in. Some of you got them, some of you haven't. Some of y'all are on the verge to get them, and y'all are just frantic and out of your mind. Like you guys are like just blown back, just like a toupee on a windy day. Just done. Now, justice was on top of the Hierophant, flipped over. Yeah. You just have to relax. You're going to have your justice. Everything comes out in the wash. And the way to get out of the situation is to sing, to be happy, to find the joy, to find the silver lining, to be happy in the midst of where you're at, to find your attitude of gratitude in your situation. Did you wake up today? Yes, I did. Hallelujah. Were you able to get a shower? Yes, I was. If you weren't, okay, you're awake. Were you able to get to a stream? I've bathed in a stream before. Very refreshing and invigorating. Very cold, though, I will say. But just look at everything that you do have right now. Don't look at what you don't have. Look at everything that you do have. And just say thank you for that. That alone will automatically make you start feeling better, because when you really look at it, it's not that bad. And it's easier to believe that it's going to be okay. And when you can relax, it's easier to be flexible. When you first try yoga, you know, you go in there, you're kind of stiff when you first get started, but as you do more movement, as you relax into the poses and sink in and just let the stress of the day or the night before go, whenever you're actually doing your flows, when you just sink into it and you just let everything just wash right out of your spirit and your muscles relax, you become more flexible. You can reach further, bend deeper, hold the pose longer. In fact, that came up, I feel like some of y'all need to start doing yoga if you haven't, or get back into yoga if you got out of it. You guys have been upgraded. You guys, your time is now. And you need to relax and be happy and praise and be grateful and look at the good that you have. And just hold on. But it does look like you guys are making the decision across the board to choose yourself at the end of the day. And with the everything comes out in the wash, it's like, all right, fine. Y'all do y'all, I'll do me. And we'll see at the end of the day. We'll see at the end of the day. How about that? Y'all don't think I can make it? Y'all don't think I'm going to be successful? Y'all don't want to be a part of this? All right, when I get my money, watch. Watch. I guarantee you're going to want to be a part then. Someone's thinking real hard about how they're going to show them how wrong they were for not supporting. I don't know who that's for, but don't do nothing hateful. Don't be hateful. Keep that confidence, though, because heck yeah, own what's yours. Do you, darling. Own it by all means. They want to doubt you, let them doubt you. Because you're absolutely right. You have been upgraded. You are a dream walker. They do not own you. Go on and sing and praise and be happy in that truth. Because you do got your knots cleaned out. You're thinking straight. Go on. Will you get in that mentality? Yes. I will show you that my God's not a liar. My God said I could do this. My God said I'm supposed to do this. And he told me to do it no matter what you said, so I'm going to do it. Go on and do it. Noah did it, and they were real salty, weren't they, when they didn't get to go up in that ark? No one believed him. He went on and did his thing. And he was fine, wasn't he? Go on and do your thing. Don't you be worried about nobody else. You relax in the truth of who you are. You relax in the truth of what you know he has told you. You relax in the truth that you have been upgraded in a divine manner. Hold fast in the truth that you have the capability to walk through realms. Be happy. The truth's coming out in the wash. Be smart about it. You know? Alright, y'all. That's all I'm getting for y'all today, Aries. But yeah, you guys are okay. You guys will be okay. As long as you guys are choosing the truth that you know, that you've gotten, that you've understood since your upgrade, or that you're starting to understand as you're getting your upgrade. You guys are good. You guys are real good. Alright, you guys. I'll check in with y'all later. Bye.